Welcome, and thanks for joining us. My guest today is Danielle Nadler, the Executive Director of the Loudoun Education Foundation. Data centers power virtually all of our daily activities, from communications and entertainment to commerce, remote work, and learning. We know that data centers drive economic development and employment in the communities where they do operate. But perhaps a little less known are the tremendous contributions data centers make strengthening communities where their teams live and work right here in our region. In particular, the data center industry is committed to educating local students and cultivating an interest in STEM and related careers. We're talking today with Danielle Nadler, Executive Director of the Loudoun Education Foundation. Danielle, tell us a little bit more about the Loudoun Education Foundation and the mission of it.
Definitely. Thank you so much for having me. So the Loudoun Education Foundation, we operate as an independent nonprofit, but we support Loudoun County Public Schools, students, and educators. And we do that by leveraging the generosity of the community, whether it's individuals or businesses like the data centers, to really invest in innovative or even often critical programming that supports those students and educators.
So how do data centers contribute to your organization's mission?
Definitely, it's been incredible, both in big and small ways. So I would say on the micro level, the data center community has supported our program called Backpack Coalition, which is weekend meals for students in need, and they show up as volunteers. I can name some specific companies. AWS, Microsoft has given donations to fund meal pantry programs that really each week we're feeding 1,000 students in need throughout the county. So that's one way. And then kind of on the macro level, that's really school system countywide. They've invested in programs like the K-12 computer science pipeline, and that's taking computer science and integrating it into all subject areas and really creating a classroom to career pipeline for the future workforce of these data centers and these tech companies.
Now, STEM education has become a huge area of focus for schools in the area. How has the data center industry supported those efforts in Loudoun County and really across the whole region?
Yeah, definitely. Just getting specific on a couple of the programs, Google recently awarded the Loudoun Education Foundation a $50,000 grant to support a summer math program for students from under-resourced communities. And those are students who just need a little bit of an extra mentorship, an extra push to go from the traditional math track to an advanced math track. And we saw 100% of the 108 students enrolled in that last summer improve and get on that new track. So that's a key measurable way that they're impacting students. And then kind of on the bigger scale, they're doing things like AWS, for example, recently gifted us with an AWS Think Big space at Simpson Middle School in Leesburg. So that's a space where teachers from throughout the region, not just Loudoun, but throughout Northern Virginia and the Shenandoah Valley will come, and it really will serve as a training hub for teachers to learn how to teach computer science. And not just the high school level, programming courses, that of course, but also teaching elementary grade students or elementary teachers how to integrate computer science across all of their curricula. It's really incredible. And that space also serves as kind of a hands-on learning lab for students as well, not just at Simpson, but throughout the county. We've got already, it's a bustling space of rotating students coming in, programming robots, building both the hands-on, the hardware, and the software to get them really excited about what technology can do.
So there are resources for teachers as well as students?
Yes, yeah, that's both. That AWS Think Big Space specifically is a training hub for teachers throughout the region, and those are kind of, I think, more of an evening and summer courses, and then during the day it's a packed schedule of students throughout the county coming in to check out that space.
You have talked about the classroom to career pipeline. What investments have data center companies here in this region made to help meet the future workforce needs?
So a couple of years ago, the Loudoun Education Foundation won a $2.4 million Go Virginia grant, and we used those funds to create the Virginia K-12 Computer Science Pipeline. And that program has really meant that both in Chesapeake County, because we needed to partner with another county, and Loudoun County, every student from, again, K-12 is being exposed to computer science in some form. At the high school and middle school levels, it's specific computer science courses like robotic design, programming, cybersecurity, software design. But at the elementary level, something that we're really leading the nation on, and I just got off a call with Microsoft that confirmed it. At the elementary level, students are being exposed to computational thinking, problem solving throughout every one of their courses. So an example that a teacher just gave me today from Sterling Middle School is her students are designing through Minecraft a world that illustrates the colonies, the early colonies. So how cool, they're using social studies and programming to do something that's really fun. Like how many kids are doing Minecraft for fun on weekend? Now they get to do it in school and see that, gosh, this can lead to a career, which is really exciting.
Do the students like it when they visit the data center companies, do their job for a day program and get to see what it's like?
You know, that's a good question. Because it's secure facilities, it's tricky to get students invited under 18 to go in. But the Microsoft communities are incredible at coming out to the schools. Microsoft does a Girls in Engineering Day twice a year at our middle school levels. AWS puts on some big events. We've also partnered with Google. And so it seems like they kind of recognize, hey, it's tough to bring out a few thousand students out to these secure facilities, but instead they're coming out to the schools and illustrating. And they've been really great at not just saying the typical jobs that you might think of in the data center community. Instead, they're making sure they're talking about everything from HVAC and construction needs, but also all the way to marketing. And just they do a really nice job of presenting to the students, you know, gosh, you see these big buildings along Route 7, along the corridor, what's inside them and what does it all mean? It's really a variety of careers that are just opportunities for these students.
Nice. Anything else that you want to talk about that we haven't touched on?
So one thing that the Loudoun Education Foundation has really seen firsthand from the data center community and the leaders in those companies is that they're not just willing to, certainly they've been generous with donations. AWS, for one, really helped fund our meal pantry pilot program last year, which is incredible for students. But they've also been literally willing to roll their sleeves up. And I think of like the 24/7 group, which is a group of industry leads at the data center industry leads. And they do a really big meal pack for us every spring. And that's, you know, Friday night, we're all together, rolling up sleeves, packing meal bags, getting them in the vans and getting it out to the schools. So they're just, when they say they're here in the community, they're giving back. Believe them, because they're right working alongside us to do some really great work. Another space that the data center community has really shown up for is helping Loudoun County Public Schools, which is K-12, connect to the college community and then really create a pipeline that gets students to the career paths and the variety career paths. So we've worked to plan strategic meetings that are making sure that there's exit ramps for students, whether they need a certificate from the community college or going on to Mason for a 4-year. So they've really helped us orchestrate those conversations and make sure that students have a clear path for going from that exciting, you know, Minecraft project in their 8th grade classroom to, hey, what career does this lead to down the road?
I'd like to thank today's guest, Danielle Nadler, the Executive Director of the Loudoun Education Foundation. I'm your moderator, Bruce Allen. For more on this discussion, visit WTOP.com and search Data Center Coalition.